favorite team, the New York Giants. Dolph, come here. I think he had a bad dream. He just woke up and started barking. I don't see anybody out there. Alright, so here we are, going up against a 1-3-1 New York Giants. Our defense is probably really excited to face that offensive line. And our offense might not be as excited to face that defense.
Will be an even bigger focus in today's game as both teams come in ranked in the top 10 in turnover differential.
You see they're both around the top 5 in turnovers.
Now for the call of this week 7 matchup.
Our defense definitely a little bit better than theirs. But our defense is also probably the most overpowered thing I've ever seen. And there's Juicy William Ford, a leading tackler going into this game.
Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things.
And the Giants offense is going to get the ball first.
So they understand the importance of
getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season.
And Corey's going to go ahead and kick it. And Dwayne Harris is going to take this, and he's going to get laid the fuck out by Hayden Klein, who just launches himself into him. Welcome to the stream. In case this narrative is lost on anybody, the Giants are my favorite team in real life. So I'm really excited to see myself play my favorite team. I'm also not excited for Eli Manning in this game because he's probably going to get brutalized because the Giants' offensive line is straight garbage. And Shane Vereen gets brought down by Alex St. Germain and Brock Kutza for the first play of the game.
Offensively, the starters for the New York Giants, and one guy that's definitely hoping to stay on the field more this year, Victor Cruz.
And they would love to have him on the field. Just 6 games played over the last 2 seasons, starting with that horrific knee injury. And then when he came back last year, had a calf injury that sidelined him for most of the season. He's trying to get back.
2nd and 7.
And the Giants would love to see that.
Eli's going to drop back and find Vereen, who drops the pass when he's hit by Devin Yoakum and I think William Ford.
And let's look defensively at the starters.
I wish you could set this so it shows a 3-4 instead of a 4-3, because we don't use Vince Wilfork, we use Hayden Klein at middle linebacker. Sean McIntosh found himself on top of the team in tackles for the first time in his career last game. But, I mean, Blake Bortles passed the ball, I think, 46 times against us. It was a really high usage rate for their passing offense. And Shane Vereen was really busy on that first drive as he ran the ball and then had 2 targets on passing situations. He dropped 1 and only ran it for 3 after a catch. Not very effective of a drive. That's going to be a 3 and out, and our offense is going to get a crack at this game. And Shum kicks it down the field nice. And it's going to be a almost perfect punt. It's going to land at the 4-yard line, and we're going to have to go 96 yards to score the touchdown if we want one. Anytime you can get the ball within the 5-yard line, you're doing something more than just right as a punter. We'll see how we attack this dangerous Giants defense. We're going to run it with Dillon, and he's going to get 3 maybe.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And I don't expect our running game to have too much success, and honestly, I don't expect us to not turn the ball over against this secondary that makes big play after big play with Jack Rabbit Jenkins and Landon Collins and Dominic Rogers-Cromartie. Dylan runs it again, this time for only a yard, and we're probably going to have to pass it here in this situation. Next game we face Denver, so we're going to face another really great defense. 2 weeks in a row we're facing a top 10, maybe even top 5 defense. And no time in the pocket, and I'm going to go down at the 1. That was almost a safety. Jason Pierre-Paul getting back there. And I think that might have been a safety if I wasn't so aware enough to get the ball out of there. You see Pierre-Paul there breaking through. I believe that was Jenkins helping him finish it off. And we're going to punt it from the 1 yard line. And we may get blocked. Corey gets it out. He gets the ball way down the field, and he's going to kick it all the way down to within the other team's 20 from the end zone. Cody Putney falls on it to stop it. Nice kick, and that was a quick 3 and out after a quick 3 and out from the Giants. This might not be a very pretty game.
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll start out with a run by
Vereen's going to go ahead and get 8 or 9.
25 to the 26. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see another running play here. Manning's going to drop back and find Beckham Jr. And we haven't had too much time against a true number 1 receiver like Odell Beckham. So this will be Sean's biggest challenge, I think, of his career, is keeping Beckham limited.
But what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise. Because we know OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is, just throw it.
And that's Sterling Shepard, who's going to get a couple of yards. Eli Manning doing a great job at getting the ball out of his hands before our pass rush could get to him.
Slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here.
We know he's good at that in real life.
Quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
This is a Giants team that I think matches up pretty well against us. They're not reliant on the run, so they're going to be passing. And he's down. After I just praised him, that is Troy Fichette getting back there. And there's the first sack of the game, in which I'm expecting many.
So quickly, Charles, what could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability.
I expect Troy and Brock to have huge games, and you might see Colton Colby and Curtis Smithers getting a bit of credit here, and he's getting the ball out to Beckham, but a good job by Julian Taylor to break that up. Julian not really the biggest factor in our defense through the first year and a half, but he's a great second string safety. And Eli hit Odell right where he needed to be. Just good defense from Julian. And already the second punt for the Giants offense within the first 6.5 minutes. And another nice kick by the looks of things. This one's probably going to go in the end zone. Yes.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And the first snaps today forthcoming for a relative young buck.
Not the first snaps. We've already had a 3 and out.
Brandon, this is a guy who showed a lot of
Now, we haven't turned the ball over
Now
in 3 games.
the leap. Where is he going to make his biggest gains, and how will his team benefit from those?
We will see. We can keep up that streak, and Dylan's going to go ahead and run pretty solid into a face mask. Damon Harrison.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards.
So that helped us out quite a bit. We only needed 60 yards and probably only about 15 to get into Damien's comfort zone.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And I just missed my receivers. I don't know who that was going to. Not a good throw.
And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up.
That offensive line allowed no sacks last game.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Here's a play fake as they set
Nope.
up to throw.
Going down.
It's coming and down he
Eli
goes.
Apple, and that's the second giant sack in a game in which I'm expecting more than what we have seen the last few weeks.
Finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Right now, this is looking like a defensive stalemate. I think whatever team makes the first mistake could lose this game.
They'll look to throw. He's got time.
Time in the pocket, but Vernon's right there. And I hit Pribble to extend the chains here.
21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there.
And that was a big-time play.
And a good pass.
And you know what I've been
Good offensive line work to give me the time in the pocket needed. And then I just hit Jordan right in the only... There was only a spot of maybe, what, 3 feet for a margin of error there. So, perfect throw, a perfect route, on a perfectly blocked line.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And that one was beautiful, too. But who was that?
13 yards there on the play.
I didn't see who caught it. Austin Van Gordon. That was just a quick play. And good job getting the feet down.
Towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
I was going to say no time in the pocket, but I guess I didn't need to wait.
Up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Dylan gets stuffed at the line there.
And the defense for New York.
Lawrence Timmons comes from a long line of productive.
Giants got Lawrence Timmons, huh?
When I say productive, I usually mean
That might change the way this defense looks, man. They still got the secondary and that front four.
Play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
I think the Giants might have a better defense on here than they do in real life. And Dylan's going to get nowhere. Jason Pierre-Paul.
Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
And that was the opposite of pretty right there. Pierre-Paul gets no resistance and just swallows up Dylan.
Absolute athlete, and he uses that agility to slip past guys and make plays in the backfield.
That draft year 2010, 15th overall pick. The play clock's running down. They'll set up a throw. And he fires.
And I missed my receiver. And Damien's going to come out for a 50-yard field goal.
So now on fourth down, Mike McCoy will send in the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt.
And that's good. Well, we're up 3-0.
Here in the first. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's
Harris going to take it again. And he trips.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Cody Putney on the tackle.
The New York set to take the field. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance.
Neither team really has a clear-cut edge yet.
And they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow.
And Rain's going to get 3 or 4, and it's looking like the Giants' offensive, not their offensive line, but the running game is doing a little bit better than ours early on.
First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They stick on the ground. Again, it's Vereen.
Vereen gets 2 or 3 again.
Way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken.
And Troy Fichette on the stop there.
But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock.
Dwayne Harris in the slot. Victor Cruz, Sterling Shepard, Odell. They got the weapons. And he finds Dwayne Harris to move the chains. Good play there from the Giants to get the first down.
And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handing it to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
They go play action here.
He gets the ball down the field. That's an interception by Sean McIntosh. Sean gets about, 20 yards there. Sean's second interception on the season.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best.
I was shocked that Eli threw it down the field like that, but I guess he had that pressure coming from Troy, and he wanted to get it out. That was to Odell. Sean putting Odell on McIntosh Island.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we.
There's the first turnover
and we can't do that. That's
a game which I anticipate there to be several more. Not one, not two.
Because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It's a 7-yard carry to set them.
Not necessarily from the Giants either. That could come from our offense.
So well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
All you've missed so far is us kicking a field goal, a 50-yard field goal, and Sean getting an interception last drive. Outside of that, you're seeing a lot of sloppy offense because this is probably a matchup of 2 top 5 defenses. And Dylan breaks a tackle, doesn't break the 3 that come there though. Dylan's been really ineffective. I've been pretty errant on my throws.
Get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And I get sacked again. Sam Acho.
Now we talk about players blitzing all the time.
And that loses our field goal range.
What a running start right back to the backfield for
And Eli Apple also in that
Give anybody a
backfield.
chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway. But when he gets
Giants
that kind of
bringing the
start,
blitz,
comes
and
clean,
anybody who's a fan of the Giants or even knows what the Giants are
Long field goal in this
likely
first
isn't
quarter
shocked.
of play. 3-0 is our score. Back to MetLife Stadium in just a moment.
This presentation of the
And at 3-0 after the first quarter.
is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Mexico City football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Off the play fake.
And I'm going to go down again. Yep. Landon Collins that time. And this Giants pass rush is just brutalizing me here early on. 4 sacks.
I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer. They would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
You see there, just the play action, and I knew I was fucked as soon as that happened. Landon Collins.
Here's Will Monday now.
All right, here comes Corey
For
again.
the second time. Yeah, this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And now out come the Giants. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before
The Lions are up 7-0 on
what they're hoping is that
Green Bay early on.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers.
And Shane Vereen is having a really good game here early on, averaging 5 yards per carry.
And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That's a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
They're going to feed him again. First down and then a couple more. And he still isn't down. He got about 5 yards after he initiated contact there. Shane Vereen looking to have one of the better running games against our defense that we've seen. He breaks the tackle, runs into Yoakum, and then it took an extra push from William Ford and Alex St. Germain to get him down. It took 3 men to bring him down. And Shane Vereen gets the ball again. Alex gets him once again. Still averaging about 5 yards per carry.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling
The Giants
plays.
doing all the right things here in this drive.
Gotta probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Bad snap, and it beats him. Bilal Powell. He plays for the Jets in real life. And that's Colton Colby stopping him.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do.
Looking like Paul Perkins isn't in town here. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. Time in the pocket for Eli. And he misses his receivers. Was that Cole Beasley I see? Do the Giants have Cole Beasley? I saw long blonde hair. The Giants had something going there, but ended up falling short after a couple of first downs. And Shum. And wow. Another great punt on the 1 yard line. Giants looking to happen what happened, looking to repeat what happened last time we were within the 5 yard line.
Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football?
And I've been sacked 4 times.
Shorter drops. Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect.
You know, the Giants plan on bringing that pressure. Might be a good idea to get the ball to Zach Kimball. We're going to go to Dylan, and he fumbles it. And who came up with it? Looking like Zach saved us.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free.
That's Dylan's first fumble of the season, I think. And we're lucky that the Giants didn't get that.
People are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A near turnover, but the offense recovers.
Total yards right now, both teams neck and neck, 48 to 43. This has literally just been a defensive stalemate. And Dylan runs it again. Still doesn't get much of anything. Dylan just not effective out there today.
That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd and 8 from the 4. And unless we could somehow get this ball out and down the field a little bit, they have a chance to block a punt rather easily. And I get the ball out, and Jordan Pribble catches it, and he's going to go. 96 yards. Wow. He shouldn't even caught that, let alone stayed up after that hit. I think the Giants brought the blitz too hard. You watch this, just right down the field. He catches it, somehow stays up right there, and just burns Landon Collins. And that might be why Jordan Pribble led our team in touchdown catches last season. 96-yard pass.
That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
The Giants offense rather needs to stop the bleeding here on this next drive. Because if they lose control.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Corey boots it.
This is taken about
Odell
7
kneels
yards
it.
deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them.
Yeah, man, that was a good play. He caught it, breaks the tackle, and then runs for like 50 yards.
That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On first down, here's a handoff.
Shane Vereen continues to be pretty effective.
Forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Not a run that you're going to write home about.
Usually, running games, you find it pretty hard to get past the line of scrimmage against us.
First down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Shane Vereen having none of those problems.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
And again, gets 3 or 4.
And it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
3rd and 3 now, and if I'm the Giants, I gotta think running it makes more sense here because they've been getting 3 or 4 yards every carry, it seems.
But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Manning has a little bit of time in the pocket. He finds Humphreys, doesn't get the first down. He had one job. A funny little celebration there. Devin Yoakum swallowed him right up. And if you're our offense, you're thinking, well, we're getting the ball back now. And I mean, he was really close, too.
Here's Jacob Shum now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
Colin calls a fair catch. And another punt within the 20-yard line. And their punter might be the best I've seen out of anything today. Don't let that fool you. It might be that those yardages are inflated from that pass. Marshall drops it, catches it, and then drops it again. Oh man, what a sequence. Are they going to show that in replay? I doubt it. It hit Marshall in the helmet, and then he caught it, but then as he was catching it, he got hit in the back and dropped it. A rare drop from Marshall, though. That doesn't happen very often, and Dylan, yeah, their defense hasn't lost their confidence or their swagger. 3rd and 12, another passing situation.
Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 12.
They highlight Jordan Preble, of course. Time in the pocket. Time in the pocket. Way down the field it's going. And that's pass interference. That's a big penalty on Rogers Cromartie.
Pass interference, partner with all the rule changes. It is hard to be a defender in the pass game.
Brandon is tough in college.
And I overthrew that too. I don't think he was reasonably able to catch that even without the pass interference. Time in the pocket here, and we're just going to give it to Dylan.
Very difficult to be a defender in today's NFL.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make it
probably running it here.
Yards after catches, hitting yards that may not go into the score sheet.
Nope. Play action. Time in the pocket. Time in the pocket. Getting it to Marshall, who gets 4.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually
Steve Lunan in the game now. He doesn't see much playing time anymore. Time in the pocket here. Going way down the field. And that was probably an interception. So we're going to go ahead and kick a field goal from 39.
You've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way.
I could, if you play the game, there's a mode called Coach Mode where you hit X in your team. Yeah. I could do that next season.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them.
And as usual, Damian keeping up by outscoring our offense. He now has 7 points to our offensive 6.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
They get the ball out to Larry Donnell, but Devin Yoakum yokes him up. His 15th tackle of the season.
How about the timing on that one? Well, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
On 2nd down, here's Manning. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
First down this time to Humphries. Last time he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. This time he was.
But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Vereen.
And Vereen breaks the tackle, but gets swallowed by a sea of white and red.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
We run it again to the same spot, and the same result happens.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down.
He gets the ball out.
They get 7 there, but it brings
4th and 1.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch.
And if I'm the Giants, I think about going for it here, but
and keeping them from a first down.
I guess they're just going to punt it.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big
And I talked about in my game recap from last game about how our inefficiencies getting into the end zone are really worrisome to me. And I don't know if we're a championship team, even though we're 5-0 and, you know, beasting for the most part. Our defense really allows our offense to not have to be so effective, but you're always just 1 or 2 injuries away. Like if Troy goes down with an injury for the season, our defense loses some big-time edge there. Time in the pocket there. We get it to Austin. It's going to be 3rd and 1. As AVG makes a nice catch there. Quiet today has been Eric Thompson. So too has Dylan Brown.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights. And
Chicago's 0-6. I don't think that surprises anybody. Buffalo 4-3 after they were 3-1 when they faced us. Kansas City's 1-5. New England's 3-4. A nice pass block. And we're going to go ahead and give Eli Manning the ball back with 2 minutes left. So he's going to get to run a 2-minute drill against us. That defensive line doing a great job at keeping our offense limited.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Touchback for sure.
This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense.
Detroit and Green Bay is a pretty good game.
And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to put it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you gotta go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points.
Eli
Does that guy get on the field on this
gets the ball out to Beckham, and Talon Mahey there to bring him down.
We're trying to win a game.
Here comes the no-huddle. And we've seen our struggles against some no-huddle offenses. And Eli Manning seems to be the type of quarterback to be able to exploit us. And Beckham, I think he caught that. Yep, he did. There it is. Odell.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
And Victor Cruz gets 8 yards there.
They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Manning.
Whoever got up to get that, by the looks of things, it was Hayden Klein. Might
playing
see the
3 yards
replay
in
here.
context football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw
Nope.
the football. Because if it's popped
No
up
idea
in
who
the air,
deflected that, but I
almost
think it
turns into
was
slow motion,
Hayden.
and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Talon Mahey almost had a pick there.
Nearly his second of the game.
Now the Giants should go for it.
Pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Just a bad throw.
Here's Jacob Shum now.
This annoys me.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they
Andy Dalton is tearing up the Baltimore Ravens.
To try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those.
I'm down again. Jason Pierre-Paul.
Jason Pierre-Paul in there to bring him down for a loss.
If I'm the Giants, I call a timeout right now.
Off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block it.
Giants defense continues to be impressive. Atlanta finally won by beating up on Miami.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 3rd down, they'll try
Nate Reish gonna go ahead and get some of those yards back, and we're gonna go ahead and punt it probably to the Giants here. I don't know why they care about getting the ball back right now when there's only 9 seconds left in the half. I guess they're gonna try to do a Hail Mary or something. It would make no sense to see them run the ball. Almost blocked. A hell of a punt there.
This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, LR.
All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. After the pick, offense comes out now. Acho's going to push his way to the QB here.
They're just going to see a lot of sacks, I think.
Now following the interception, Collins is going to take down the QB here. This will go for a loss of 8. Now early in the second quarter, the catch will be made deep down the field, and he'll win the
There's Jordan's nice touchdown.
Pushing the lead to 10.
The one big play our offense has made today, it seems.
Pierre-Paul's able to zero in on the QB here. This will go for a loss of 7. So that's a wrap for us. We'll head back now to MetLife Stadium for the start of the second half.
Fielded about a yard deep.
Colin Burns. We're going to get the ball first.
To the 25-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them.
And even though we had that one play, we still don't have a clear-cut edge on offense.
Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups.
Dylan gets...
When we kick it off in the second half.
He has less yards than he has attempts. Not a good game for our running game.
While that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit different.
I'm going down again. Thompson, sack Thompson. 6 sacks, and that is not something I thought I'd see. I thought we'd see the other way around. The Giants' pass rush affecting but not coming through with the sacks. And in our pass rush brutalizing that Giants offensive line. Instead, we're seeing the Giants offensive line standing strong, only allowing 1 sack in the first half compared to the 6 sacks we've seen me take already. It's been brutal, man. I get the ball out, but you gotta think I'm getting paranoid in that pocket, man. I've been able to make that one big play, but man, the Giants can score quick in this half. They're still in this game. We haven't shut the door on them yet.
Here's Beckham.
And Beckham gets laid out by 4 or 5 people.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Time for this defense now to get back on the field. They did their job last go-around, forced the punt, hoping for more of that here.
They got off the field. That's exactly what they wanted to accomplish. Get off the field, turn the ball over to their offense, and kick back and enjoy a little bit of water and rest before they have to go back out there again.
Back out there now, hoping to hurry up and get more water and rest. Now a first down run here. This is
Vereen continues to have success running against us.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches.
Just make like Dolph, but in an alternate universe where he's a human. He'd have to be like a high energy cornerback or safety or something. Vereen gets the first down, but I think there is a holding call.
Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Dolphy Von squat. Hey, pup. What you doing?
Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it?
I think he's a little sleepy.
Situations that often become bolder.
Manning to throw on 2nd down.
And the pocket collapses. I think 3 people were in on that sack. Brock, Curtis, and Colton.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really
No, that was Troy.
Here, don't you?
Yeah,
Troy, Colton, and
more pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Curtis. Just a sea of red, man. Manning had no chance.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 3rd and long.
And he gets the ball out to Harris. Sean stops him. Tucker Eprick helps. And they're going to punt it. That was only our 2nd sack of the game. And a punt block here would be fantastic for our team. Not going to happen, though. Wow. 1 yard line. Is he even human? That's his 3rd punt of the game that ended in the 5-yard line, within the 5-yard line. This is ridiculous, man.
They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see.
Nope, that's a safety. Dylan couldn't even get out of the end zone. Timmons, man, this defense, unrelenting. And the defense has now outscored their offense.
This never happens, so great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
What a punt. And Harris gonna get the ball to the 31.
Shane Vereen now gearing up to help lead this offense back out there. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game starts to open up as the game moves on.
4 or 5 there.
Gain of 3, second down. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week
Struggle,
ago.
he's averaging 4 yards a carry. He had 2 touchdowns last week. Back in the struggle department. He's having one of the better per yardage per attempt yardage averages against us that we've seen this year. And he just had 2 touchdowns last game. I don't think he was down when the whistle blew there. He didn't get anything there, really.
Same thing is happening. Not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack.
It's third down, 6 yards to go for the offense. From the gun on third down, man.
Eli finds Beckham. They're on their side of the field now.
He's brought down up near midfield.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust. And that's why.
And Vereen gets nowhere there.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Well, he was stopped on that play. We had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Eli throws it away before we could hit him there. 3rd and 10.
Now it's third down. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed. Yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
Well, here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. To Vereen out in the flat.
Vereen gets some yards.
At the 45-yard line.
4th and 4 at the 45.
And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Jacob Shum now as he's on to punt for New York. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
So our offense looking to finally get something going.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And
Dylan gets a yard.
26. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Yeah, overthrow Livingston.
So he just tossed it away.
Not a good showing from our offense today, yet again.
On this 3rd down, they could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Talon Mahay just gets back there. Sorry, I got distracted in conversation. Looking like we haven't really, the tone hasn't changed here in this game at all, though.
Extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Throwing now is Manning.
He's down again. Troy again. Troy's 2nd sack. Wow, I can't talk. The tackling tally is weird on this game. You notice there it said Troy had 2 sacks, but only 1 tackle.
Without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And I don't know if the Giants have much of a chance.
Here's Jacob Shum now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's taken on the 25. Whoosh.
Nice spin move, and we only need about 10 yards to get in the field goal range.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add it.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion.
All right.
They want to run their offense and have it.
All we need to do is score a touchdown here, and we really put the end on this game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Dylan catches it, doesn't get anything. Dylan's been completely non-effective again.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Time in the pocket. That's to Eric Thompson, who gets it up to the 28. Still no turnovers from our offense. I expected us to make a few mistakes, though. Rick has been really quiet the last couple of weeks. An end around to him, and he gets nothing. He gets less than nothing. He gets -3.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
As a defender, you're eager to be involved in every play. So when the action goes away from you, a lot of times you run after the ball. But in this case, what a terrific job.
Marshall Brown trucks one, gets a few extra yards, getting me up over 200 yards passing.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him.
Alex Livingston out there for this play.
Back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Looking to throw.
Van Gordon, first down.
And he'll
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to
Pocket's getting a little bit more time to it this drive.
before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drip.
Marshall Brown again. That's a face mask.
Really well run.
Jackrabbit Jenkins. And we're going to have the ball at the 4-yard line.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
They'll give it to him right up the gut.
Man,
And he'll get blown up behind
Dylan has been
back at the 6.
not good today. Not good at all.
So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium.
So final quarter play. It's an 11-point game. We're in position to score.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His pass
And that's to Marshall, who gets it to the 4. We actually got the ball to Marshall within the 5-yard line. Man, I hope we pass it. Good.
Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Man, that was bad. That was bad. And we're going to go ahead and kick a field goal.
For his 5th sack of the year. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps.
Giants probably looking to get a touchdown here. It's the 2-possession game.
Would have been the final nail, but 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And New York set to take the field, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on
Dolphy dog. Time in the pocket there, and he got it to Cruz. Cruz dropped it. Talon breaking it up. You know, like the Talon. The Talon.
I can hear my
Hey,
old
pup.
coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before you secure it.
Hey, pup.
Manning again here on 2nd.
Time on the pocket, and he finds his receiver. Incomplete.
And that drop
Julian Taylor breaking up yet another play.
Because you know they've worked all week. Game planning and flexing the tight
Bork,
end out
bork, bork,
and
bork.
making him a matchup issue for
Bork,
the
bork,
defense.
bork, bork, bork.
They had what they
Bork,
wanted,
bork.
and he drops the
Bork,
ball.
bork.
Just couldn't hang on to the slant.
Don't know if he broke up the play or if the ball just hit him in the back of the knee.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd
Eli,
down.
time here. Gets it out. Alex almost had an interception.
He got popped as he was throwing it. Here's Jacob Shum now as he's on to punt for New York.
And if we could score in this drive, I think the game's over.
Where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver
Colin breaks a
in the
couple
area.
in the back.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. We get a look now at the Giants defense as they file into position. And last time out, they gave up the chip shot field goal, but obviously it could have been worse than that. I think they felt pretty good about only giving up 3.
No doubt about it. Anytime an offense gets into the red zone, the thinking naturally for the defense is, okay, 3 points. We're going to give up 3 here. Let's make it no more than that. They met their goal.
Dylan,
The other side, though, the offense,
finally. That's going to get him over negative for yards per attempt.
You think about how do you get into the end zone, and when you don't, you walk off the field feeling a little bit of failure on that drive.
yeah, who will have the better feeling at the end of this drive?
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. And they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used
Wow, I got the ball out. There was no such thing as a pocket that time.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's exactly
Boy.
either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion.
Unplug my microphone by dropping his Kong on the cord there.
They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
How's it going, Dolph?
Keep the clock grinding. Keep it
Dylan with an 8-yard run there.
figure now. They're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now they'll run it on the toss.
Nate Reach gets the first down.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Nate Reach been pretty effective today. We haven't used him much at all.
Third down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it, and they ran it really well and picked up a first down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Vernon been a big factor today.
Now second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's Austin. And he makes it. And I think that's game right there.
Their big-bodied receiver, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their
For the second straight week, Austin Van Gordon, I think, is our best receiver.
And now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
I mean, I guess the Giants could still technically score 3 touchdowns in 3 drives, but they're obviously running low on time in opportunities.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee.
Giants running out of opportunities.
New York set to take the field.
You could say their opportunities are running out.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On first down, Manning.
Time in the pocket. Humphreys gets like 2 yards. That was an interesting play call there.
So similar to last week, same story here. The numbers not good again, and you know, occasionally I'm watching him on these routes. They got 1, sometimes 2 guys just draped all over.
I think they've got to figure out a way to get him a little bit of distance. You know, get him some space, because as a space player, he's as agile
all day in the pocket. You get to Beckham, I think that's a first down.
One-on-one routes. He's really just a wide receiver playing tight end. Give him that opportunity.
Our wideout's doing a really good job at limiting Odell's effectiveness.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot defensively. How do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right?
No time in the pocket, but that was a screenplay, so that was by design. Shane Vereen gets a chunk of yardage there, and Shane Vereen is clearly their best player on offense today.
The offensive play caller, since the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first
And if he could have beat out Devin there, he probably could have found himself down the field much further.
Receivers left, 2 to the right. Manning now on first
No time in the pocket here. He gets the ball out, though.
Out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing
Odell, that's a first down.
Game, that his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football? That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is
Gavin just wasn't there enough.
For a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defense.
Giants offense coming alive here, but is it too little, too late?
Manning now on first down to
Shepard. Injury timeout. Is that Devin Yoakum? That's a big injury if it is.
We're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife
Doesn't look good.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Yeah, man. It's not good.
On the run, here's Vereen.
Devin Yoakum is a big-time tackler in the backfield for us on the secondary.
Second down following the run. On second down, here's Manning. Dumps off to Powell.
And Powell gets a few, and they only need 3 yards here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on
But they cannot settle for 3 points.
ball may come your way.
If they don't get the first down here and they kick a field goal,
It's 3rd and 3.
I mean, I don't expect much more from Madden AI. That's a penalty.
Here and a flag down. I think
That
a
doesn't
giant
help.
jumped early. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning.
Almost an interception.
Complete. He was looking for Odell Beckham.
Gavin
that time.
coming up
And
with
now
it.
it's 4th down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception.
That was a nice play. He knocked it away. Odell was open. He just needed to throw that ball up about 4 more inches. They're going for it. It's the only option they have. If they run it, they're dumb. That's a false start.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a giant jumped early. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this.
That's 10 yards that they've lost since they got into that position. That's nothing.
Movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
What's happening?
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Manning, gotta have this one. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
Odell catches it.
Man!
What a play. I'm not even mad.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that
Odell
happen?
had no business catching that. Gavin did everything he could, but
Well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, Parker.
Odell's had a pretty decent day now against us after that catch. And the Giants still saying we're in this ball game. Now they just need a defensive stop, another drive like that, another defensive stop.
A 10-play drive that time, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one
Gavin's going to take this one. Gavin's going to take it to the 32.
They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Giants defense working their way back onto the field now. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time for them to get a stop.
And partners, you understand very well from our time together and visiting with coaches, defensive coordinators tend to be a little more emotional, a little more high-strung than others.
They are.
I have a feeling that speech came out about taking a stand and bowing up in this possession.
Yeah, that's where this word pride comes out, right?
In a big way.
Wow, nice play action. Time in the pocket. I'm going to find Austin yet again. Austin having a really solid game for us. Similar stat line to last week.
We enjoyed watching him last week.
It's the same thing this week.
He leads our team in receptions.
Right now, because no matter what they're throwing at him in terms of coverages, he's finding ways to defeat it. And even when he's covered, he's not covered. Hey, what is he doing? What's that term they use? He's uncovering and making big catches. Really fun to watch.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Dylan jukes, but didn't do anything. Dylan not looking like he's going to crack 100 yards today.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. He'll look to throw.
And Austin fumbles it. Nate Reich picks it up. That could have been a big-time turnover.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes.
Nice play from Landon Collins. Ultimately a first down, so nothing, no wrong there for our offense. Dylan's going to get 4 or 5.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage against
Nate Reich gets 1, less than 1. Loses a yard. He gets -1. And it's looking like the Giants are out of time here, unless they get an interception here. We've done a good job at chewing up a lot of that remaining clock. Time in the pocket. Time in the pocket. That's going to get to Eric Thompson. Thompson, another slow week, but he's getting it done.
So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in.
I'd like to see us pass it. And you know who I want us to pass it to?
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go with the ground attack.
Instead we go to Dylan, who gets a yard.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. looking right. And he's gonna be
Dylan gets another 1 yard carry.
And now the Giants, they get the officials'
And we're going to have to
attention.
pass it here, try to get a first down going.
Second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back.
Although I guess a field goal automatically clinches the game, so...
Number 9 on this drive.
Because, I mean, in theory, the Giants could get a touchdown, an onside kick, and then another touchdown. So, yeah, that's the thought process, obviously, from our offense. Really, really shitty play calling, I think.
We'll step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Alright, so we won, I think. Barring a miracle. I mean, they'd have to get a touchdown in like one play, get an onside kick, and then get another touchdown in like a play or two, and then get another onside kick.
People like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?"
Because we could just kneel. They don't have any timeouts.
Do something some other time, but some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
There goes Vereen. Eli hasn't had a bad day.
24 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Manning now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Giants offense hasn't looked bad, but they just haven't been able to move the ball in key situations. They haven't been able to move the chains a lot. They've been really bad on third down, and a lot of their play calling has been really iffy. Eli hasn't done bad at passing. He has that one mistake throw, I think. Shane Vereen's done pretty, and there goes Shepard.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field.
That's Brock Kutza and Troy again.
It looks like a loss of right around 11.
Kudos to Eli. He doesn't seem to be giving up, even though clearly they are out of this game. I think maybe he wants to get another touchdown to at least make this game look respectable. And that's another injury. Is that Hayden Klein that just went out? If so, that's 2 big-time injuries to our defense. Giants putting a number on us. Get all day in that pocket, and he gets the first down to Shepard.
He gets this one all the way down inside the 15. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. They'll come up with split backs in the backfield. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock.
And losing a first-string defensive player in garbage minutes like that, not good, man. Green Bay and Detroit tied. Huh. Crazy.
Now Manning again. And his throw's going to
Straight up misses his receiver.
He was trying for his running back, Bilal Powell, and it's third down.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Throwing is Manning on third down.
And that's Dwayne Harris. Eli Manning not going down without a fight, even though this game is over. He does not want to lose by too much.
They're able to draw a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts
Offense looking good, but I mean it's garbage time. And I mean it's going to be interesting to see how well our defense is able to bounce back after losing 2 starters next game, if they're out for that long. Gonna have to check the injury report. We lost Brock last year, but we were able to shuffle a little bit. We don't have the same depth that we had last season.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That time a 9-play drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown.
Dilly and Juicy reliving their Call of Duty experiences.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23.
And we're probably just going to kneel it to end the game here.
Here's the Giant defense now as they head back.
Offensive player of the game. I think that's got to be co-MVP between Austin and myself. Again, just like it was last week. I mean, Austin came up huge today. Jordan had that big play. Defensively, we're looking at... I mean, Sean had that interception. I had to see how many tackles he had. I didn't realize he had 10 tackles last game. He got MVP just for sheer volume for the most part. We didn't rely so heavily on Damian this game. We still tallied 2 touchdowns without him.
You never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe.
Giants score 2 touchdowns and get a safety on us. And maybe if their offense had matched us in the first half, they would have won. And we are 6-0. Like I said, man, Eli did a great job against our defense. He made that one mistake, but we thought we were going to see a Marshall Brown touchdown again. He got a ball caught at like the 4-yard line. We're getting in the ball closer to the end zone, and they stopped our rushing game, but our passing game was just good enough to keep it up. Thanks for tuning in, especially you, Phil, for once again being the lone man in chat. I know it's lonely there. Maybe someday we could get somebody to join you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.